Hey, you fancy nerds, I'm Jay Parks, and today we're bringing you a guest video from Captain George. He is a fan of the show, a subscriber, and also a live chat moderator. If you like the cut of the captain's jib, then there's a link to his channel both in the description and in the card section of the video in the upper right hand corner. Jump over there and check it out because the poor guy is badly underrated. I will see you fancy nerds tomorrow when we finally release our Black Panther video.
Hey guys and gals, Fancy Teeth was gracious enough to let me add this video to his lovely list of other videos, thus adding him more watch time. Before we drag on to that conversation, let's get into Grand Admiral Thrawn's lore. Thrawn Naruto, or most commonly known as Thrawn, was a Chiss who served the Chiss Ascendancy. During the Clone Wars, he met Jedi General Anakin Skywalker and left an impression so strong, Anakin shared his knowledge of Thrawn to Chancellor Palpatine. When the Galactic Republic was transformed into the Galactic Empire, Thrawn was assigned by the Ascendancy to determine whether the Empire could be a valuable ally, or weaken them to become easy prey for an even greater danger looming in the unknown regions. Thrawn pretended to be exiled and waited for the Empire to start venturing into wild space. When a Venator-class Star Destroyer arrived, he caused enough chaos to steal a Stormtrooper's armor and sneak aboard the Venator. Once on board, he allowed himself to be captured so that he could meet Emperor Palpatine in the Imperial Palace on Coruscant. When Palpatine learned that he was indeed Thrawn, whom Anakin spoke highly about, he allowed Thrawn to go to the Royal Imperial Academy on Coruscant. While Thrawn was there, he received assistance from his aide, Eli Vanto, and learned everything he could on Imperial procedure. Thrawn faced discrimination at every turn he met at the Academy, mainly because humans blamed non-human species for the Clone Wars. When two cadets attempted to get Thrawn into trouble, he reversed the situation on them by putting on a lieutenant plaque provided to him by the Deanlark. Baffled by this turn of events, Thrawn stated there is no guaranteed winning hand. I suggest you not forget that. With that attempt being a failure, they got their closest friends to jump Thrawn outside. However, their friends lost that fight. After being attacked, Eli Vanto and Thrawn went to the Deanlark's office. Troubled by what he was told, he assured Thrawn that they would be punished. Thrawn, however, said if they were, he would not testify. Instead, send his friends into TIE fighter training at Skystrike Academy. Confused by Thrawn's actions, Thrawn explained that their movements and synchronization of their attacks showed that they have the ability to be adept TIE fighter pilots, and the fear of his friends leaving without no word would put the cadet in his place. With this scenario, everyone, but most importantly, the Empire wins. Thrawn quickly rose through the ranks. However, every time he did something, he'd be sent back to Coruscant for questioning. During all of that, he quickly made friends with ISB Colonel Wolf Yularen, and met Miss Orinda Price at Ascension Week party at the Asandra Hotel. Thrawn, with the help of Yularen, attempted to gain support from other senators and ministers. With their attempt successful, Thrawn managed to gain promotions. However, since they cannot punish Thrawn, they decided to punish Eli Vanto instead, keeping him at the rank of ensign much longer than what would be allowed. Thrawn eventually noticed a large amount of Dunium being funneled into an unknown source. Price later called upon Thrawn for assistance to help get rid of her situation with Moff Gotti. He refused to use it until the best possible moment. Price then told Thrawn that Eli Vanto has not been promoted, and his ship has been put on low priority, all because of people's discrimination against Thrawn. Thrawn provided Price with two possible scenarios of victory: ally herself with Grand Moff Tarkin, whom Gotti hates, or use Gotti's hate of Tarkin to make him an ally. After being cleared of misconduct charges yet again, Thrawn and Vanto were summoned by High Command. Arriving at the location, Thrawn was promoted to Commodore, and Eli Vanto was promoted from Ensign to Lieutenant Commander, with Grand Moff Tarkin speaking to the both of them, and passing along the regards of the newly appointed Governor Orinda Price of Lothal. Along with Thrawn's promotion, he was given command of the ISD Chimera, which would be his personal flagship. Thrawn and Eli Vanto continued to chase a person using the codename Nightswan, and also investigating where the shipments of Dunium could be going, while assisting people on Semper and Bodajef. For his success, he was promoted to Admiral and Vanto to Commander. Thrawn was assigned to eliminate the insurgency on Baton. When their attack began, Thrawn watched as an explosion destroyed the Creek Path facility. Thrawn was sickened by the needless loss of civilian life due to Governor Price, an attempt to hide the murder of an ISD agent in order to save her parents. He allowed any ship that managed to get away to go free, unharmed, while those who attacked were destroyed. With Knights 1 defeated in the Battle of Baton, the Emperor was pleased with Thrawn's work and ordered him back to Coruscant. Thrawn confronted Price, but before he can do that, Price offered him to drop it, and he would gain command of the 7th Fleet and she would assist Thrawn in the political field, which he struggled in. Thrawn agreed to these terms. Thrawn went to see the Emperor on Coruscant, where he was presented with a new white uniform and the rank plaque of a Grand Admiral. Thrawn then confronted Palpatine with his knowledge of the Death Star, and that a project like that is a risk to the Chiss, and a waste of Imperial resources. Palpatine assured him that he would never use it against the Chiss. Palpatine then introduced Thrawn to Darth Vader. The 7th Fleet was requested by Governor Price to assist in dealing with the rebel cell on Lothal. Thrawn combated the cell containing the Spectres. Thrawn knew that this was the best way to deal with his enemies.
To defeat an enemy, you must know them. Not simply their battle tactics, but their history, philosophy, art.
For every victory Phoenix Squadron gained, they also gained a loss, because they learned nothing about Thrawn, but Thrawn learned a ton about them. Thrawn eventually learned that they had a spy amongst their ranks. In an attempt to throw Thrawn off his trail, Agent Kallus framed Lieutenant List for his treason. However, Yularen was concerned about how easily closed that was, and Thrawn agreed. He ordered Kallus's escaped prisoners' items to be sent to him.
Yularen, Kallus is the rebel spy, Fulcrum. He used List's cylinder to impersonate and implicate him. And more importantly, he used the young Jedi's power to gain access to my office and reprogram my droids. Very skillfully, I might add.
Thrawn then caught Agent Kallus in the act of reporting information to the rebels, and stopped him long enough for the Imperial fleet to reach Atollon. Thrawn wanted no surrender at this point. Thrawn wanted the rebels to know what failure was, and that it was he who provided it to them. However, Admiral Constantine ignored Thrawn's orders and ruins Thrawn's attempt to end this rebel cell. Later on, acting on the Emperor's behalf, Thrawn arrived at Mandalore to inform Governor Saxon to restore order and get the arc pulse generator to work at full power. However, Governor Saxon failed at that mission. On Lothal, Thrawn continued to enhance his TIE Defender project. TIE Defenders were basically a better upgraded version of the TIE Fighters, which included a hyperdrive, shields, and an anti-theft module. The TIE Defenders fall under Thrawn's belief that victory and defeat are determined by the smallest detail. When Thrawn left Lothal to plead his case to the Emperor to choose his project over Director Krennic's project, aka Stardust, aka the Death Star, he left Governor Price in charge. In Thrawn's absence, Governor Price destroyed the fuel pods that Thrawn's TIE Defender factories used. Needless to say, he was none too happy about that.
You have accomplished what the rebels failed to, and given them a victory. The operation on Lothal, my TIE Defender project, has been compromised.
Grand Admiral,
I will deal with you when I return, Governor.
Well, there you have it. Now you know the most important things about Grand Admiral Thrawn. If you enjoyed this series, it's on my channel at usually every Saturday or Sunday. Please feel free to check it out, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video and have a wonderful day.